Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be doing a cooking video. I haven't done one of these in a while, so I was definitely due to switch it up, and I hope that you guys get some motivation to try some of these easy dinner recipes. I'm not a person that likes to do a lot of hard things, so most of my recipes that you watch on my channel will be fairly easy to follow, and they're also super delicious, and you can also make them probably under an hour, I would say. They're definitely nothing hard to do, so I hope you guys like this video, and let's go ahead. So for the first recipe, I'm going to be making a sausage pasta, and I actually just had this stuff that needed used up in my house, so I just kind of came up with this recipe on my own, but I did find something similar to this on Pinterest, and the only thing that I did not have that they called for the Pinterest recipe was 1 can of Rotel. So if you want to add that, I feel like that would really make this dish a lot yummier in my opinion, but I didn't have that, so I couldn't add that. But I just diced up my kielbasa as you guys saw, and I'm putting it in a skillet because we're going to cook it down with the onion in there. And then I'm going to add some seasoning. I'm going to add some pepper, and some Creole seasoning is also really good on kielbasa, and some salt probably. And that is all the seasoning, and I'm just going to cook the kielbasa till it's good and brown. Now that it's basically done. If you also wanted to add some peppers, you could add those too, but I didn't have any, so I didn't. And then I'm also gonna be cooking my pasta. I had a mixed kind of box of pasta where I had shells and then I had some rotini, so I just mixed them together because I was just trying to use up what I had at the house. And then you're gonna add some Velveeta cheese, and you're gonna mix that all together, and some butter and milk even if you want to as well. And we're gonna stir that till it's good and creamy. And then you're basically just going to add your kielbasa, and that's the dish. And if you had the can of Rotel, you would also add that in too. And I think next time I'm definitely going to try it with Rotel. I just didn't have any, so you guys can try that. And if you do try it, let me know if you guys like it. But I thought this was super yummy and good. Anything that involves pasta, cheese, and kielbasa, like, it just sounds amazing to me. Like, I love all of that good, rich, and hearty food. So definitely let me know if you try this one. Alright guys, so next up we're going to be making a chicken pot pie. This is so simple. I've made this recipe a couple times because it's so easy and I just like doing it this way. But you're just going to need a couple chicken breasts, some mixed vegetables, some pie crust. This time I'm using what I have on hand, so I'm using 1 can of cream of chicken and 1 can of celery, some black pepper, and that's it. Super simple, guys. This is so easy to do, and it always turns out really good. The only thing different I would do maybe the next time that I make this recipe is that I would actually saute my onions a little bit. My vegetables came out fine, but the onion was still a little crunchy in my opinion, so I would just change that. But other than that, you really don't have to do anything. So you're just going to combine everything in the bowl, and you're going to put your mix into one of the pie crusts, and then you're going to take the other pie crust and put it on top of the mix, and that is it. Super easy and simple, and you're going to bake it in the oven for, I think I baked this for maybe an hour. You just want that crust to be nice and golden brown. But this pot pie is super easy. Next up, I wanted to show you guys how we make our taco bowls. We don't like to use the shells or even the wraps. We honestly prefer doing it this way. So I'm just gonna chop up some spinach. I recommend using fresh. I didn't have fresh, all I had was frozen that I like to put in my smoothies, and I didn't really prefer it that way because it kind of gets wilted down and soggy. But I still used it because I wanted to have some spinach in my taco bowls because I love fresh spinach in there. Chop up an onion, and you guys will see in a minute, but I'm actually going to be using deer meat in this video. I know not a lot of people can get their hands on that, but here in West Virginia, hunting and deer meat is very popular here where I live, so I had the opportunity to have some deer meat, and it's also very healthy, so that made me feel good when I was eating this. And I actually couldn't tell the difference between deer meat and ground beef using this to make tacos. It tasted really good. So I'm gonna saute my onion, then I'm gonna add the deer meat in. So I'm going to be using a little bit of seasoning. I'm just going to take some garlic powder and some onion. I think I normally mix those two together a little bit sometimes and add some salt and pepper. And I'm also going to be taking a little bit of basil, I think is what I had there. And I'm going to mix that in as well. And no, I'm sorry, it wasn't basil, it's cilantro. I wanted to clarify that. It was some dried cilantro that I threw in there. So once that is cooked down, I'm going to add in a ½ cup of milk because this is what my directions on the back of the taco packet called for. This was actually a taco packet we've never tried before, but I really highly recommend. It's called Cheesy Taco by McCormick, and it is really yummy. So it actually called for milk. Most of the other times the recipes call for water, but I thought this turned out yummy. So what we like to do is we like to crunch up some Dorito chips and put in the bottom of the bowl, and then we like to add our meat, or in my case I would then add my spinach. I kind of did my bowl, I forgot about the chips, so I had to go back and add them into mine, but I'm making my husband's bowl here. But so yeah, we like to use Dorito chips, and I think it always turns out so good. And then we're going to top with some shredded sharp cheddar cheese. Is definitely one of my favorites. You can use whatever kind of cheese you want. I also really love pepper jack cheese, so I think I'm gonna try to get some of that next time. But then we just like to take some sour cream after we do the cheese and onto some taco mild sauce, and that is pretty much how we like to make our taco bowls. Super simple and easy, and they turn out like awesome every time. So I also kind of want to try the taco bowls with half of sausage and then maybe half of beef or whatever. I heard that that's a really good thing to use in your taco bowls, so I might give that a try. But yeah, let me know down below, how do you guys like your tacos? Do you like to do it like we do, or do you like to use shells or wraps? Let me know how you do yours. Really sure what happened to my clip of showing you guys of me browning the ground beef, or not the ground beef, but the ground sausage and my bacon. I lost the clip of that, but I have a casserole dish here and we're going to be making a breakfast casserole. It's so easy, you guys, and it was really good. So you're just going to brown up some sausage and some bacon, and you also can use hash brown potatoes, but I didn't have any, so I didn't get to add those. But if you guys have those, you can add them as well. You're just gonna layer this. It's super simple to do. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add a layer of cheese on top of my sausage and my bacon. And I put my cheese pretty heavy. You guys, like I said, you can kind of do it your own way, but I got this recipe off Pinterest. You want to preheat your oven to 350, and you're going to cook this for about 20 minutes is all. And I don't know, I thought it turned out pretty good. I've never made a breakfast casserole before, but I would definitely make this again. But I think next time I would try the hash brown potatoes that it called for. But like I said, I didn't have any at the time, so I just went ahead and did it without. But I think the potatoes would have been a really nice touch. You're gonna crack 10 eggs into a bowl. So you're gonna add in a half a cup of milk, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, probably a 1 teaspoon of black pepper. I just kind of went really heavy with it, and then some salt. And you're gonna whisk all that together, and you're gonna be pouring this over top the casserole dish. And once you guys do that, you can bake it for 20 minutes like I said. And this was really different. Like, I've never made a casserole breakfast thing before, so I definitely would make it again though. We did like it. I could not get Cole to try it, unfortunately. He's just a toddler and he's very picky with food, and it's honestly really frustrating, and I hope that Cole will eventually one day try a variety of food, because I just don't really know what to do about it right now. He just won't try a lot of things, and I think like a lot of kids are like that, but I could really use some tips on that. If any of you guys out there have little ones that are picky eaters, what do you guys do for that? Let me know down below. I'd really appreciate it. So I'm gonna, once it's done baking, as you guys can see it's all done, I'm going to add some more cheese, and then we're gonna cut into it. I was really amazed how easily this casserole came out in like a perfect square. And then I also added a little mild sauce on top of mine, and it was pretty bomb. So I hope you guys try these recipes. Let me know if you do, and I hope they gave you guys some dinner inspiration. And yeah, if you guys want to see more of these types of videos, give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and we will see you in our next video. Bye guys.